Iris Liu.
Yes.
And it's pronounced the same as Lulu, but spelled the same as Lulu, but because you're from Hong Kong,
So we speak
you
Cantonese.
speak Cantonese, and they speak it's
Exactly,
Mandarin, right?
exactly.
And every other area, pretty much most of the area, right?
Right.
In China. Welcome, Legacy West Adams, high level competitor, jiu-jitsu competitor, athlete. It's been great to watch you compete and grow over these years, and really excited to talk to you
Yeah, thank you.
and hear a little bit about your story.
Yeah, it's my honor to be here. It's actually my first ever podcast.
Oh, cool. There we go.
But yeah, I just treat it as a conversation.
That's it.
With
Yeah,
the master.
that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's it. Yes. So tell me about yourself. Tell me, you're from Hong Kong, right?
Yes, I'm from Hong Kong.
Born and raised?
I'm born and raised in Hong Kong. I live in Hong Kong since I was about 24, and then I was a software engineer.
Software engineer. Uh-huh.
Right. I studied computer science in school, and I finished my undergrad in computer science in Hong Kong. And I was working in a startup, and at that time, I'm really interested into AI. And then I'm like dreaming about going to the Silicon Valley, and I just like kind of visualize it, and
Visualized it.
I visualize it. Yeah, I have like a vision board. I was like, it's all
A
about
vision
like,
board.
vision board, and then it's about like California, San Francisco, and all this tech company. And then I just
So how did you end up in LA?
good question. So yeah, so I really want to
Because
get
everything's
to,
NorCal, right? And San
Exactly.
Jose and Silicon
Exactly.
Valley.
yeah, my dream school to apply to was UC Berkeley, Stanford, that places, but I didn't got in, and I got into USC.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I studied my master in computer science at USC. It was kind of like a detour because at that time I was like, I don't want to go to LA. I just want to be in San Francisco. I want to do all the cool tech stuff, And then I just end up in LA in 2020,
Uh-huh.
the pandemic.
Wow.
So I just moved to LA on my own from Hong Kong. I don't have families in LA.
Wow.
I only have a family in San Francisco.
Oh.
So I think that is the reason why I want to be in San Francisco, because proximity to my kind of like families. But I ended up in LA on my own during pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And as an international student, it was a little tough at the time because I speak the language, but also I don't know the culture, and I don't have any friends. I don't have any families. School shut down because
And you were online mainly?
I'm online, and
Wow.
then just like a lot of anxiety and depressions and disconnection, and then but I have a lot of free time, so I was just looking online. I think I also make a kind of like a bucket list for myself that I want to do 100 things. It's not just traveling, but like I want to,
Like in your life?
in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to write a book. I want to start a startup. I want to, yeah, that's just
Yeah.
crazy. I want
Yeah,
to,
that's it,
I
that's
want to
it.
have a TED talk.
TED Talk?
I want to try a martial art. I think that is why that sparked my interest in looking at Jiu-Jitsu. Like I don't even know Jiu-Jitsu. Like I don't even know what is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I never heard about it. I'm not interested in UFC. Never really watched a Jiu-Jitsu fight before. But then I think it was just my bucket list. It was like martial art in that bucket list that made me start searching. And then when I was searching on Google Map or Yap or whatever it is, I think the Legacy West Clube at the time
Yeah.
was pop
For St.
out.
Mark, Bradford, huh?
I don't even have a car, so it was like 6 minutes from my house.
Walking?
So I have a
Driving.
bike. I have
Okay,
a bike.
bike, okay.
Yeah, so I can bike there. And then I think I was listening to Lulu's podcast. It was like during that time they kind of opened the back door secretly, and I think that is when I start coming to train. And I was like really interested in it because they have that 11 days free trial. And then as a student, I'm like, so poor, you're, and it was really fun. Like I remember the first trial was trap and roll.
Like the buck and roll, trap and roll.
But yeah, it was like super fun. I was like, the way Professor Mark described how it worked, it just fascinated me he was talking about like, when a person is mounting you, it's like a table, right? And then the reason why you want to do trap and roll is imagine you're trapping one of the leg of the table, then it will collapse. And when you buck them, it will collapse. And it was just really fascinating to me at the time. And then
Got your brain, your engineering brain, huh?
exactly, yeah.
Focused.
Yeah, and to me, just like, wow, I didn't know it can apply in this way. And it was just really fun because I think I'm always thinking very analytically and just thinking in my head. But I never, I never thought about like, oh, doing things is also can be that fun.
Like actively, like physically with your body and everything.
Exactly. And I think that I learned a lot through jiu-jitsu because I tend to think a lot. But when it comes to a fight, you have to physically do it. Like you can't just think about, oh, I'm gonna do that next move because the opponent may just block you or do other things. And it just teach me to be a doer. It just have to do it.
Yeah, because you sit down, right? You're at the computer.
Yeah.
And you're not actively, using your body, right? Using your brain, but using your body at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of, I think it kind of unlocked the side of the physical side of me because I'm always just thinking about things and just, just thinking about things analytically.
Yeah. It's interesting that the technology IT connection with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it is. Actually, I still think about a lot of tech things while I'm doing jiu-jitsu or the other way.
Around, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like a lot, like the Armenian, they have a lot of there's a technology sector and stuff, and a lot of the guys, the IT guys, they also train jiu-jitsu and they're smart and it's like a perfect kind of combination.
Yeah, I think it helps me a lot in competition as well. Like just being able to learn. Like initially when I start learning as white belt, blue belt, I think that helps a lot. Like the way I able to learn jiu-jitsu by kind of observing the moves initially as a white belt. I wouldn't say like that really helps in white belt, but like when it is blue belt, you start to have your game, and then strategy and also understanding the move become really important. So that is when I think the engineering started coming.
What I didn't wanted to, I was asking Ricky and stuff. What are some of the championships you won?
I won blue belt Nogi World, Nogi Pan, and I win some at purple belt. I win some ADCC Open and super fight. Haven't win
Subversive and stuff.
Subversive, yeah. I'm 4-0. So I'm gonna have another one in September. So hopefully we'll get to. I'm very confident to be like 5-0. We'll see.
Nice. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
What is it about that no-gi versus your focus on no-gi compared to gi?
Yeah. So I started in gi, right, and then up until early blue belt, I'm still doing gi. But I think what makes me transition to no-gi is really like the opportunity to go to see the ADCC in 2022. That was my first experience of watching like a really high level no-gi.
2022 was in Vegas?
In Vegas.
UNLV.
Yes.
Yes,
I was in, yeah.
Oh, with Mark. Professor Mark was there.
Yeah,
okay, we're all together. Okay.
Yeah. And then it was like, that was the first ever. I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, this is way cooler than Gi World. For some reason, but Gi World also opened my eyes.
Well, they had the Bruce Buffer. They had the Pride Championship announcer. They had fireworks. It was like a UFC on. It was like over the top, right?
It was amazing. Yeah, the whole
like
thing.
Olympics on with UFC combined with UFC, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and then not to mention like you see all the high level athletes. They are like fighting at the same time, and then you see like just a high level movement and it was just like super,
athleticism, yeah.
Exactly, super exciting to watch. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that and want to give it a try. And then I think that is when I start really training more nogi, and I think I get fair bit of success in nogi, and I think that's why I decided to devote more time to nogi. And I think after that, shortly after that, I do nogi pen, and I think I won nogi pen, and that's give me the fire to, to okay, actually I'm pretty good at this. So I want to do nogi world, but at that year nogi world 2022 nogi world, I got second in my weight class, and I was actually really upset and angry at the same time. And I remember at that day, I already start counting. I have 365 days to win Nogi World next year. So I was
right after that
right after
tournament,
that loss, yeah.
the loss, yeah.
I think I never really see a loss that bad. Like I never want to win so bad since that 2022 Nogi World for some reason. Like that is something like that seems very important to me at that time.
Do you think you set a goal? Maybe did you consciously set a goal for ADCC and these things, or
I think
not very clearly?
I start so since 2022 ADCC, I was thinking about I want to do it, but I don't know how because there's no one around me that do ADCC, and then I think ADCC Open was not a thing back then. It was only the trial. And I haven't.
You went to Asia, right? Because you had to do the.
Yeah, that's 2023. Yeah.
23, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at 2022, I already thinking about.
It was in Thailand, right?
In Thailand,
yeah.
Asian trial, yes. I wanted to do it. I think it was from that 2022 ADCC. But at that time, there's no teammate doing it. I never heard about people has this aspiration to win an ADCC trial yet in my gym. So I don't know how, but I remember I was telling Professor Mark I want to do ADCC. I want to win ADCC. I tell him, and I remember I don't remember whether I'm still a white belt or I'm an early blue belt. That I want to do ADCC, and actually he was surprised. He was like, "Oh shit!" Like yeah, and then I think that was the reaction I remember he had. But I never thought how difficult or challenging it is. But I think that is something in my mind. And then I think...
That's the beautiful thing with you get excited about something. You're like, oh, I want to do that. I want to be that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like watching, that's great because I was friends with the promoter and he invited me. Actually, we went to get the stem cells together. Like maybe a few months before that, he's like, no, you have to go. You have to go. I'm telling you, you have to go. I was like, okay. And he hooked us up with a couple tickets, and I wanted to bring Ricky and Mark,
Yeah, that's how I got in the show. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think I was a little late.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So through Professor.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Cool moment.
But I'm sure he invited. Yeah, he invited you. That's right. He did invite you. He's like, is that cool?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And before that, I have no aspiration to do nogi. I just want to do, like traditional IBJJF track where you just win world, like your goal is to win world.
Right.
Point system and all this thing instead of.
It's interesting, right? Because we spent like the week together down there, and he was just talking about the IBJJF, the worlds, and how for example, like the guys back in the day in Brazil, you jump out into the stands when you win. It's like it's very like there's emotion, yeah, real. And then like a few years before that, there was a guy he won and he ran off the mat to celebrate with his team, and he came back and they disqualified him the finals of the Black Belt Worlds
in IBJJF.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, rules are rules, but I don't know, whatever. And but just it's not, the excitement isn't the same, of course, like the Brazilian crowd and then the chants and this that. It's amazing, right? But compared to like ADCC, it's
another level.
Different level. And so he was talking about that. He was talking about the difference. Mo, the promoter, was talking about the difference and how he envisions it, and so that they created that. They created with the team. That event, right? How it should be. How it should be, because 2 years before that they had it, I think, in California in Santa Ana, and like Disney World. Anyway, it was great. But before that, it was like in China, I think in Beijing.
Yeah, I didn't know about it.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it was like it was not like a world championship, you know, like you like what the level was, but not the promotion, the production, everything
Yeah.
wasn't like that, you know.
Yeah, I think I heard from Professor Mart that back then it was in a high school, maybe in a high school gymnasium or something like that. Like
In
maybe
China, I think it was something, you know, something like that, and they had some venues and like that. Oh, but the thing I wrote a little thing when I went to that ADCC. I was kind of very proud because they had Hall of Fame. They had Hall of Fame like
I remember.
event, right? Part of that event, and back in whatever it was 2000, we went to Vegas for Grappler's Quest. It was the first no-gi tournament, kind of on the West Coast in like 97, 98. They had the first ADCC in Abu Dhabi,
Oh wow.
and then they started to have no-gi tournaments after that. And so the first one kind of we went to as a group, like Eddie Bravo competed. And it was like, you know, Jake Shields, like these guys like competed. Like everybody went to that thing. It was in Vegas. It was in a high school. And to see how far it has come, you know, to Bruce Buffer announcing, to, you know, fireworks,
yeah.
and, you know, it was like an honor to be a part of everything, you know,
Yeah.
and to sit there and just to enjoy as a fan, right?
Yeah, that's really
And it's cool to hear from you, to be like, you're inspired. Like, I want to do that. I want to be that.
exactly. And I just started at that time. So
You know, for me, when I was young, I was going down to Brazil and seeing the level and seeing all the, you know, the hype and the excitement. Like I had that, I think that same feeling. This is what I want to do this. I want to be this.
exactly.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean I think it was yeah, I just really want to be part of that. You know, that is so cool.
Yeah. What did you do any gi tournaments ever?
Yeah, and I mean I still haven't give up gi.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
of
like, I'm
course,
still
yeah,
doing
yeah.
I was still at that time I was still doing, you know, I was still doing like regular like pan and like
Gotcha.
like
No, I know that. Yeah, I would think that, you know, just because we're like, I think legacy, we have, you know, we're well rounded, right? We're not
Exactly.
we know everything, right? A little bit. Of course, you specialize certain times, right?
yeah.
I ask a lot of old school guys, and sometimes you train no gi, you focus on no gi training. Sometimes you focus more on gi, but I think it's there, right? You have
Still
it. You have
jujitsu,
both.
yeah, it's still
Yes.
jujitsu, and then also sometimes the little things that I learn from gi, it helps translate. To
Translates.
no-gi.
Yeah, it makes you understand it, right?
Exactly, not exactly the same technique, but like maybe the movement or
The positioning,
exactly, yeah.
the body mechanics.
They're the same.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna ask you before, I forgot. I'll remember later on. But you do wrestling. You come and do the wrestling, and it's really. I went to with Esteban Michic. He came
Oh,
and
yeah,
I saw it randomly at one of his workshops, right? His
Exactly.
seminars.
Yeah. Because you know ADCC, you have to stand. You know, is you know even though I mean I like to play in on my butt. I like to you know like
To guard.
You know, yeah, focus on submission, right?
Right,
I
right.
think that's like bottom submission. I really like it. But I also feel like you know when it comes to overtime, you know you have to stand, and you don't want to give that point out, right?
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Because you in the ADCC, for people that don't know, in the finals, to make it to the finals, you can't pull guard because it's a negative point.
Exactly. And also like just be a complete grappler. You have to stand.
That's it.
And yeah, and I actually find joy in doing wrestling too. It kind of translate it sometimes it helps me to understand some mechanics of how things work too. Like just like double leg or like, you know, I was learning from the coach, you know, like when it's double leg, you still want to get underneath the person, you know, so you can manipulate that base. And it's same for maybe playing guard, you know, X guard, that's exactly the same thing. You want to be underneath them so you're, you know, so that, you know, you can manipulate the base and the same thing. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna ask you about Mark Zuckerberg. You know, him doing jiu-jitsu, and and you were talking about IT and the
Exactly.
technology
Yeah.
piece, and then jiu-jitsu. What do you think about Mark Zuckerberg training jiu-jitsu and competing even?
I mean, he did compete actually. Yeah, he actually. I think he was doing a grappling industry in San Jose. I was like, oh my god! And then he actually won. I mean, I know he actually has one or two losses or something, but people just talk about the win. But I think the fact that he's doing it is amazing.
He did gi and no gi, right?
Yeah, he did.
And he got second place in the whatever it was the gi. What one of them he got second, the other one he got first, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the fact that he's putting himself out there, right?
Exactly, and also the fact that he's promoting it, like he actually built. I know he built like a hackathon in his backyard. I mean, obviously you have to have that space and money, but but the fact that he was doing it, I was like, oh, that's really cool, and I kind of dream of, okay, maybe I should apply to Matters just to train with it, or get sponsor or something like that, so I can work and.
That's funny, right? That's awesome. made you like him, right? I think a lot of people in the martial arts, like, oh, I like Mark Zuckerberg.
Exactly. I was like, oh, I was looking at LinkedIn to see, oh, maybe I will get into a job at But yeah.
Yeah, why not, right? Why not? Who do you think, Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg?
Mark Zuckerberg. Well, so the statistic-wise, I mean, I think Mark Zuckerberg is just younger. And also he trained. He's like a blue belt. I don't know whether he got promoted to a purple belt, but
he has skill. He has, he's been training. He's been putting in the work.
Exactly.
Elon Musk, he has, I don't know how many company he has. He's heavier. He
has money, but both of them has money, and yeah, but he's older, and also like I think he had. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, he has a lot to catch up. Like, it looks like Mark Zuckerberg is also quite athletic too. Like, he don't just do jiu-jitsu, right? He also do MMA and also like surfing.
Surfing, yeah, he's active. Yeah,
he's active.
Yeah, he did like a rebranding of himself, right? Like
exactly.
From it seemed like in like
he's
1 year, 2
UFC.
years.
Yeah.
Going to UFC. Doing
the way he dressed is different too, like wear the chain and like
because
t-shirt.
Before you're like you don't really trust him, right? You're like he's going to these court hearings for the government. You're like, man, this guy's
weird. Yeah,
right. It's like red pink eyes. Now he's
now he's like, oh,
grew out his hair a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, so yeah.
Maybe you'll start the. I'm sure they have Meta everywhere, right? Every big city.
Yeah, I think so. I think at least headquarters, I'm sure they have one like for him.
They have I think Google had I think probably Apple, everybody, right? They got a certain point.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the technology big tech guys they do it. They train.
Yeah, not at my company, but so I work
not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah. We'll see.
What company do you work for?
I work for NVIDIA. So it was known for more like a silicon company. They are specialized in GPU, which is like basically how it powered AI and gaming. So yeah, but I think now they extend to not just doing GPU.
It's the biggest company in the world right now still. Like valuation.
Yeah, it's always kind of like top.
Yeah, well, but from what it was like some years back.
Yeah.
Taiwanese, right?
Taiwanese American, yeah.
American and yeah, John Kosnick also works for them. He's one of our black belts. He moved to Jersey, back to Jersey, and so he works for them. And he's really happy working with them.
Yeah, they're really cool actually. They're like not very hierarchical, so which I really like. And also they let me work remotely, which I can train a lot.
Make your own schedule.
Exactly.
Kevin, can you hear the sound good? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Yeah, and NVIDIA is crazy. Like just the growth, like the stock and stuff, because I was listening to some futuristic guys a while back, and then NVIDIA was one of the things that came up, and sure enough,
a few years ago, yeah.
It's wow.
But I already knew the company since a long time ago, so yeah. So they're very visionary, I would say.
Very what?
Very efficient. Like have a lot of vision. No,
vision. Huh?
Yeah, so they developed this like GPU, basically just like you run, initially for a computer before GPU, it was something called a CPU, where you can only process one thing at a time. But it just developed something called GPU, which you can do multitask, like you can do multiple things at the same time, and then you can have multiple of them, so you can do a lot of things at the same time.
It's exciting. I mean,
and they ride the wave for AI, and I think that is what makes it successful.
Yeah. They're everybody's trying to. They can't make enough, right? Of their
Yeah.
of their chips or what? Chips, right? They're
They're
called?
chips, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just it's crazy the stuff moving, and every month it's like more and more and more, right?
Yeah.
Faster and faster, better, better. Like from now chat GPT to all the different video and just all the different AIs, right?
I
That
think we're just getting started, like robotics and robotics and like self-driving cars. You see the Waymo in LA City, San Francisco. Yeah.
what do you see? What are some of the changes in the world you see for the next 5 years? Because I remember, like, I'm like, oh, my kid's not gonna be driving, and that was like some years back. Because I was like I said, like following a bunch of like these futuristic guys, and
Yeah.
oh yeah, maybe by the time they're at the driving age, they're not gonna be driving anymore. They're gonna have to go to like a amusement park to drive a car, But it seems like we're not there yet, But stuff is moving. So next 5 years, are we gonna be driving?
I think we will be more self-driving cars like Waymos. Like, so there will be not a lot of Uber, I would say. So it will be replaced with that, and then just a lot of those things that require a lot of manual effort will be replaced with robotics. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see like a humanoid robot walking on the street, maybe serving people in a food, restaurant or whatever it is. They're already doing it for Amazon, like
Amazon.
Yeah, yeah. So doing all these like logistic things, and then I think all the trucks are also self-driving too. We just didn't see it. We were like at the back end, right? So.
They have is it In-N-Out or a diner in Hollywood?
Oh.
A Tesla diner.
Yeah, recently.
Where you charge your car. I think it just opened up, right?
Yeah.
My son messaged me, hey, look. It's like, well, let's see who has a Tesla. We'll go.
Yeah,
check it out. With
cool.
robots kind of serving food. Yeah.
I mean, they're doing it. It's just like they make like coffee art, but that things like that. But I think now it's getting so those coffee art is just like more like artistic expression of a robot. But I think it will be able to be more practical, get into daily life.
Yeah, like Amazon, like was it Boston Dynamics, right? They
yeah.
Like I was seeing some of the things that they're
superhuman maneuvers, jump. Initially, just like learning how to walk like a human, but then all of a sudden, like you will see them doing like crazy backflip to something, like jumping obstacle to obstacles, like superhuman capability.
So have you seen Terminator?
Yeah.
The Skynet. Have we passed the point of no return?
Not yet. Not yet. I think right now it's still
not that we know of.
We still need a human to assist, but I think right now we're in a critical point to try to design how AI can control us, or like how to guide the AI. I think right now we have to start talking about it, because later on it will be difficult.
Too late, yeah. Yeah, I mean the Matrix. You've seen the Matrix?
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting that it was in the 90s, right? They said that before that, like the payphones and those things before technology.
Yeah.
So like, what do we know? What's real and what's not real? Because what's on our...
just simulation. We're living in a simulation.
Do we live in a simulation? Do you think?
I have a vision. When I was young, I'm living in a simulation.
You had a vision?
I think I was in my preschool.
Preschool. Wow.
I was thinking about what if it's just a dream? What if it's just like, what if I wake up and just like a
and preschool.
Yeah, I remember.
Wow. Because when you're a kid, you're a genius, right? Like, why is that? Why is that going into your head?
I don't know. I just have this very weird energy, feeling like, oh, what if I wake up, I'm not living in whatever bed I am at? What if I'm not a kid? What if?
Wow.
Yeah.
So going into the future, we have robots that do everything for us. Like, we barely have to think because everything's like ChatGPTs and everything else. Everything else that's going to be coming online and coming into our lives. So like sometimes they talk about our purpose and our not having a purpose, not having things to do, right?
Yeah, that's very dangerous if we don't have a purpose.
A
or meaning.
purpose, a meaning, right, for life. So, how does jujitsu play into that?
Jiu-Jitsu?
Mm-hmm.
I think Jiu-Jitsu is a very primo form of how we express ourselves. And I mean, you can't hide how you act on the mat. Like
You can't hide.
when someone is choking you, right? Like at your back, like they even either they are pulling the collar or they're sinking in a real naked choke. Like you can't stop and think. You have to act right away. Like that is your instinct will come in, and I think that helps you to, I guess, like be present. It's getting real. Like, otherwise, you're gonna get choked. And I think it reminds us every one of us has this instinct, and so it's not a simulation yet. So we're still alive.
That takes you out of the matrix.
Exactly.
Doing jiu-jitsu.
Or thinking too much in your head, in your own head. Yeah.
So it gets you out of the matrix doing jiu-jitsu, doing some kind of.
I think so. Otherwise, I will be in this rabbit hole, like thinking about like this move or like this variation of move, whatever it is, and then you just have to start doing it. And I think that's what I learned from jiu-jitsu and also competition. I can't just think about strategy. I have to put in the time on the mat. Like that is what makes you become better at jiu-jitsu. It's not about thinking about jiu-jitsu I mean, it can help when you're injured or when your physical body is not capable.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually you need to catch up with your physical body. Like you have to train your movement. You have to connect your body with your mind.
That's it. That's big. That's
big,
that's
yeah.
very deep. Because like, but you have video games and you have all these things, and we're the young technology things that suck us our phones right out of like real reality, right? If that's what it is, right? Whatever
is.
reality we know, but just getting disconnected from our bodies.
Yeah, I think it's huge. Now you think, yeah.
And the more and more as things progress, right, we're going to be more and more out of that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I think jujitsu. So back to the point, then jujitsu will remind us to bring our body to our mind, or vice versa.
Connected. Yeah, stay connected.
Exactly. And keep your physical body healthy and strong, and so as your mind. Because jiu-jitsu is also like a mental game. It's a lot of mental effort. And for a non-competitor, it's a lot of discipline. Still a lot of mental effort.
All right, I'm gonna go back to Hong Kong. How was it growing up in Hong Kong? Because I'm curious. I never got to visit. I had a friend, a student that moved to China, to Shanghai, and so I spent a little bit of time there. Awesome. And then we did a tour back in the day with my family. But Hong Kong is a place I always wanted to go to, because it was very like westernized and very like modern, and seemed like a cool place to visit.
I just went back from Hong Kong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a mixed feeling. I think growing up in Hong Kong is a very international city, if you don't know. So I think it was like a really, if you want to go to China, I think Hong Kong is for Western point of view. Like I think Hong Kong is a great to experience the mixed culture.
Mixed culture, yeah.
Exactly, because Hong Kong it was ruled by the British government before, so it kind of preserves some of the traditional Chinese culture, but at the same time it has a lot of British influence in terms of the buildings, even the law. Like we are still exercising basic law, which is which is similar to the common law in UK.
UK. Oh wow. Okay.
Exactly.
So it's still a mix, even though it's China.
Well, yes, but the law is cute. But so we get very political. So yeah, so we still.
What was the year that China took over?
97.
97.
So we didn't say take over. We say return to the mother of China. Yes.
No, I was reading about the Opium War and just how the UK, like the opium and like sent, it's crazy,
It's crazy, yeah. It's a port city, so it's near the coast. It was southeast of China, So it's kind of like I think people see usually the Westerner will see it as a stepping stone into the Chinese market. So for modern in our modern society, it play a huge role to enter the China market. So they have if you want to if you own a company and you want to grow into the Chinese market, I think Hong Kong is a great place to as a stepping stone.
It's a stepping stone. How does it compare to Shanghai?
I think number one is Hong Kong tax is really. I think they they kind of open it for trading a lot. So I don't think they charge a lot of like taxes for doing tradings and also like
In Hong Kong
in Hong Kong.
compared to
S-
Shanghai?
I'm not sure about Shanghai. Maybe Shanghai is similar too. They want to open the two port city.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have a lot of expats, so people from Australia, people from the European countries, French apparently. I don't know why. It's like a lot of them. Um, yeah, so it's a lot of like international companies there. So that I think for doing business is not very it's not very different than um, in Western countries, as opposed to when you just enter into the Chinese industry. So it's very different. Like, but I'm not sure about what particular business we're talking about or like
No,
things like that.
just curious. You know
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah.
Hong Kong growing up, how it was, and
A mix of
you know
culture.
you've been in U.S. How many years now?
5 years.
5 years.
Maybe
So yeah, and you've lived in only Los Angeles, right? This whole time.
Initially, I was in San Francisco for a little bit,
Okay.
but I decided, I decided because I fall in love with Jiu-Jitsu, so I want to, and also like South Cal has a lot, it's a great mecca for Jiu-Jitsu, so I just want to be closer to, to South Cal.
To sub what?
So because the South California,
Southern California.
Yeah.
Southern California.
Southern California is a
SoCal.
mecca, is a mecca for Jiu-Jitsu.
Mecca. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. All the tournaments, everything's here, right?
Exactly, yeah. And then
If
there's a
not, it's
lot,
the Vegas, right? We just go to Vegas for
yeah,
for
and
the
it's
different
closer
things.
too, yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to CGI during you're going to go to the Jiu-Jitsu Con, right? We're just
Yeah,
talking
I
about
am.
it downstairs.
Yes, it's the same weekend. So yeah, probably.
Probably or for sure. If it
Um,
works out with the schedule, right?
Yeah, we were talking about getting the ticket. Yeah. So I mean, not for sure
I
until
got 4
I got
tickets because Kevin told me to, hey, get on it. They're going to be sold out.
We're going, Iris.
Okay, we're going.
My wife was like, what is this charge? It's like, oh,
Okay, so we're going.
CGI.
But the first one I was there, so it was great.
The CGI?
Yeah, it was like ADCC CJI event. Right?
The same day, right?
I know that weekend was
Same weekend.
crazy. Yeah.
So how did you? What are the side by side comparisons? Things you liked, things you didn't. That could be better.
Things I like about CJI is the new format, right? Like, I mean, the CJI 1 and CJI 2 is kind of different, but I'm just talking about CJI 1. I think it's different. The mat is a pit, so like you can't really go backward. You have to fight forward, and that's what makes it exciting. And then
That was big. That was big.
that was big, yeah. And I really like the venue. I mean, I think it's very cozy to watch.
The Thomas Mack Center.
Exactly, yeah. And I think
It's big, but not too big, right?
yeah. And that was where the first
Right. The first major one.
Yeah, the 2022 ADCC was held. So yeah, so it's familiar, right? So it's great. And then yeah, I think the choice of the fighters are great. Like the Wutulos brothers, Tackett, like just exciting.
Garcia.
Oh yeah, and they have some entertainment too, right? So they have like sort of like a mix of everything. I mean, I'm not so. I'm
Were you
still.
cheering for Gabi Garcia or for Craig Jones?
Wow. I'm kind of small.
No
for
comment.
both.
No
I know, I'm-
comment.
What do you think about the 4 bracket women's?
Oh, I'm really excited for that.
That's man. Angelica Galvan,
And
Helena.
Sarah in the opposite brackets with two up and comers in the middle of the.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm like, wow, I
Helen,
think we need to see
Helen,
that.
Sarah, man, stacked.
Stacked bracket, yeah.
It's four. How many people?
It's four.
Four.
Wow.
Two in the finals.
You said Angelica. That's her mom. Go, Mom.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
great.
about the bracket yet, but just the four of them, like I'm like, wow, I want to watch. Yeah.
That's how it's like a UFC, right? Like it's a main event, right? These kinds of that's how it should be
For
Yeah.
100,000.
for 100,000. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm very glad that they give women this opportunity to be like kind of like a four-man bracket, four-women bracket in a CGI. So that's
yeah. It's exciting time. There's so many events now. What do you think about the UFC BJJ?
Oh, I think it's great. I think recently I was just talking to a new people coming in, Legacy. He was saying that he tried a class. He tried a nogi class because of watching that BJJ,
Oh,
UFC BJJ.
there you go. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Getting eyes, getting people
Exactly.
wanting to do it.
Yeah. And then for me, I think it's entertaining. I wish to focus more jujitsu, like, or maybe seeing more like the behind the scene dynamic. But I think because
Behind the scenes of the UFC BJJ.
yeah.
But
like,
they had a whole reality. You watched the reality shows?
I watched the reality show. I mean, they're not living together and like just a little bit of like they do an arm
Didn't they have a
wrestling.
house? Weren't they in a house together?
I don't think they live together. I think they're just like hanging out.
Yeah. Okay.
But if they live together, that will
I
be.
thought it
cool.
seemed like they're because back in the day, the Ultimate Fighter, right? They have the fighter house and everybody stays there.
Yeah, just like the Who's Next.
Who's next? Yeah.
Who's next? Yeah. They were living together and like planking each other or something. And
Pranking, yeah.
or practicing, like some people are very serious, so they're kind of practicing moves and stuff like that, and they have to, they go to train and then they have to block those CCTV because they're afraid that the people who ever trained they can see what they're doing or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of that's kind of funny, just knowing this kind of thing.
Yeah, UFC BJJ. At first, I was like, "Oh, I don't know about it," but then I watched the shows, and I was like, "This is great. This is
It's
good."
great, yeah.
Another opportunity for people another platform, right, for people to compete.
Yeah, exactly. And I think for people to know about jiu-jitsu, on such a big platform.
Yeah. What about ONE FC?
Oh, ONE FC. I mean, I should watch it. I'm more in tune with the women jiu-jitsu, so I watch a few of them, with Maesa or like Jessica and those kind of matches. No, I think it's great. I think it is, it gives women matches, a shout out, and also it's just sometimes they kind of like at the same time with those who's number one and others, so it's a little bit like not in not kind of synchronized with the jiu-jitsu community too much, I feel like. But I like the matchmaking. Yeah, I like the matchmaking, and I think it gives people what they want to watch. I think
Yeah,
it's great.
production.
Right now, I looked up CGI and everything for you guys, and Dana White just posted about BJJ 2.
UFC BJJ 2.
Yeah.
Dana White just
He
posted
said
that.
if he wants all gyms to post up on their gym account a watch party and tag him and UFC, and he'll pick a gym to go to UFC 3, BJJ 3 to have a suite and everything. So he's gonna take a gym out.
Tag him.
Oh, yeah.
Tag him now.
Thursday watch party. So
Let's do it.
That's cool, yeah. Because if you stream a UFC and you have it in your gym, they go around, right, and they can sue you and stuff if you don't, because the bars and stuff they have to pay a fee, like an extra higher fee
Okay.
for people to watch the UFC at a bar, for example.
Oh, okay.
And so if you're a gym, a pay-per-view event, if it's like on TV, no problem, right? But if it's a pay-per-view event, like a UFC pay-per-view, and you host that UFC, at the gym, you can get in trouble.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's cool because now, he wants this. He wants you guys to,
To watch it.
to watch it. Yeah.
And then kind of engage with the actual practitioner with in jiu-jitsu, right?
Actual practitioner,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Where I think one might need more work in that. They're using another platform, you know, on Amazon or whatever, you know, like, and then feels like the audience are more like into other martial art.
Yeah. You know, it's only been 5 years that you've been training. It seems
Very short.
I know, yeah, but you know, I see your focus. I see how many hours you put in, and
Yeah.
you're like smart. You know, you study, like you're all in, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, I think
100%.
I think being focused is the thing. I think I attribute to me progressing kind of fast.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I don't think my achievement. I think I can reach more achievement than I am currently having, but I think being focused is what make me have those little achievement. Mm-hmm.
Your growth, your faster growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's 5 years, and then it's interesting the world we're living in, right? Because like we were talking about the Matrix before, and how like I want to learn jiu-jitsu, and he plugs the thing in the back of the brain, and all of a sudden he knows it.
Neuralink, you know, like the company, like when we are able to connect to our brain, then we can download all the jiu-jitsu knowledge and connect to our physical body, and then now we have all the mastery of jiu-jitsu. We can become the master of jiu-jitsu.
That's the world, right? That we're moving towards, because they're like, oh, you're gonna do the chip, or I think, and partly you're not gonna have a choice, right? I guess you can have a choice, but you know, with the way things are moving, right? I'm definitely not gonna be one of the first people to get the chip. That's for sure.
But you're up there.
What's that?
You're up there. You'll be, yeah, you're up there.
Well, what's the singularity? You know who Ray Kurzweil is?
I don't know.
He's like a futuristic guy, and he wants to live forever. And he's like, after a certain point, we're gonna like whatever technology and things like that, we're gonna adjust, whatever.
I mean, it's possible, yeah.
It's possibly right. Who knows? But maybe we shouldn't, right? Also, you know, live forever, right?
Well, I mean, longevity is always what human wanted, right? Like those empire back then, they want to live forever. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? Because the Bible and stuff, yeah, they have things, right? Like that's the end of the world, right? Partly, so yeah, prophecies and all these different things, and so it's interesting, right? To see what happens with all that, with the Neuralink, because of all the technologies, and are we creating our own like species, right? To take over, like, you know, we're kind of like old news, right? Where humanity's like, you know, you have to get the Neuralink, you have to adapt and become a kind of a cyborg, right? To be able to keep up with technology.
But then we will become a soulless, you know, robot if we don't have a meaning and purpose in life. So I think it's still important to do jiu-jitsu, find your own meaning in life, and have a soul, you know.
Have a soul.
Have a soul.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think, the philosophical question, what do you think makes humans have a soul? What are certain traits? What are things?
I think faith.
Faith?
Yeah, faith.
Faith in what?
In God. Yeah, faith in knowing that we are not we are given life by a higher power, but I would refer it to
Believing in a higher power.
yeah. I believe in God. Yeah, so I'm a Christian. Yeah. So we are able to do all these things because we are given life to do it. So we don't try to. I tend to don't think we are creators, even though I mean like creator of life. I'm not meaning like creator of creative things, but more like we're not the master of life. We have to understand how trivial we are, and I think that.
Yeah, that's it. Like we're not even a speck, right? In the universe, or as you know, all the things that all the universe and space, and we're like not even a pebble in the sand. We are, but barely, right?
Yeah, we think we know the AI. You know, we think we're creating all these intelligent things, but we have to know there's a higher power.
Yeah. I've been studying the body, like neuroscience and different things, like these last 10 years, and I've had the opportunity to go to some really like high level conferences, and like these Nobel Prize kind of really smart people, the smartest guys, at the thing. They're like, they were humble enough to say, we think, but we don't know. How the body works, how we work, just how everything. Like we think, but we don't know.
Exactly. And
So
just
even with
like
the AI, we think it's a certain way, but we have no idea. We
have
don't.
no idea. Yeah, that's what I think too. I think initially how AI become a thing is because somebody, some scientists, they just want to know how our human brain work, and they were just trying to mimic how human brain work, like an algorithm or like a system of
Algorithm.
how. Yeah, and then so this is what they create. So this is how close they mimic how we think, but
They're
we're
they're
way
they're
more
they're
complex.
replicating nature, right? They're trying to replicate nature.
Yeah, or how our neural are fires, how we make decisions and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. That Ricky was asking, like, if you had the chance to you have one day and you can travel in time in the past, right?
Oh.
What time? Where would you go?
I would say, I think China is quite interesting. Yeah, I think China. I want to know my roots, like where.
Where in China?
Oh, that's a good question.
One day.
I mean the central of China, like where everything begins. I don't know. I actually don't know history to know where particular, but
Yeah.
but like yeah.
What century? What times?
I think maybe it's close to Beijing, right? That's where, like back then the history.
The Forbidden City, the Great Wall.
Just know the history and the roots, but also the Christian side of me want to pick Jerusalem. Just want to know, just like the origin of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I should give two answers anyway.
Yeah, Kevin was like, we were talking about the pyramids, just all the things that they're discovering, right?
Yeah.
And so how did that happen?
I think just somebody think about something for so long, and then there's someone with a higher authority just decided to pick their brain and do it.
But just wiping out all the technology and just the information, right? It's like, what happened? How did they build these things? Why is it so, like, they found all these, like, it goes, like, how deep does it go? The pyramids? The pillars?
Under the pyramids go like
A mile deep underneath the pyramids. They have, like, pillars holding it up, like,
How's it possible, right? Yeah,
thousands of years ago.
exactly.
So it's interesting. We think we have no idea, right? How we even work, how we think, how this is possible.
We're just scratching the surface. We think we know. Yeah, we're not even close.
But jiu-jitsu keeps us present, takes us out of the matrix. So jiu-jitsu is good. You found jiu-jitsu, luckily, even though we were in the pandemic times, but you found jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
And now you're all in. You live it, you breathe it,
Yeah, I'm so focused. Yeah, I love it. Like I really fall in love with jiu-jitsu, and I think that's great.
So 5 years, what are some favorite things about jiu-jitsu? Because we talk about martial arts and, the self-defense is like the minimal, like some, people that really do it, like a small part of it. It's a big part when you maybe first come in, but then people say so many other things. So what are some of the big things that jiu-jitsu has given you?
I think jiu-jitsu gave me the outlet to just express myself, like physically and also emotionally too, because you have to. I mean, emotionally. I mean also like mentally, like you, for example, when I'm preparing for a championship or whatever, like I need to put in the work to train my body, but at the same time, I need to mentally know that I'm confident to win the championship, and also like I'm able to whatever challenge it arise, like I'm down a point or whatever it is, I'm still able to overcome that.
Find a way to win.
Exactly, find a way to win. And I think that's huge. Just like yeah, just like being able to express myself physically and also mentally, like just show. Sometimes when you watch, sometimes when you watch a good fight, you can see the emotion of the fighters. You can see, even though you're watching from the screen or you're you're sitting on the sideline, you can feel it. Like if that is like a really good fight, like that will move people. I think that is something that I learned, you know, not just by watching it, but like by doing it. Like it kind of very yeah, it kind of move people. I feel like.
Yeah, like the level, the frequency in the person, right? If people
Yeah.
you go to church, you go to different things to raise your frequency, like martial arts, training, fighting, right? These kinds
Yeah.
of things raise your frequency. And I mean, I know from just my experiences, like just the focus I get, the focus it's given me, right? It's almost
Yeah.
like a high, right, of having that kind of a drive.
Exactly, yeah. Like whether you're doing it or you're watching like a really good fight like this, we are talking about CGI, like the fight with Kay Rutolo and like Andrew Tackett and like everyone in the stadium just stand up and claps and like
You
that's
raise everybody's energy and
exactly
frequency.
yeah because they really put 100% of their effort and their heart into the fight, and I think that that is something we it's hard to get from from a lot of things. From a lot of things.
Completely present, putting all of themselves, all of their spirit, everything they are into.
Yes, and the whole stadium can feel it, and the screen, people watching it from YouTube, they can feel it. Yeah,
Yeah. Do you watch any other sports?
not really. I don't just it become my entertainment. Yeah. I try to watch more UFC, but I'm not really into. Maybe I will open my mind.
Do you watch wrestling?
I do. I start watching. I think because of Serenade, so I start like trying to understand like what is freestyle, what is folk style. Like how that play in in jiu-jitsu. I still try to connect it to jiu-jitsu, but yeah, I think because of her.
Nice, nice, awesome. What do you have coming up next?
I have the Jiu-Jitsu Con in Vegas, and also the ADCC American National.
American National. Oh, Nogi.
Nogi, yes, in Vegas as well.
When is that?
Is in September.
Oh, September. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
and also Subversive.
Submersive.
Shout out to
Submersive.
Mhm.
5-0.
Exactly.
Nice. Any shout outs? Any thanks you'd like to give to anybody?
Yeah, I want to shout out to I want to shout out to Legacy. I want to shout out for Professor Mark, Professor Lulu. They teach me the first technique, trap and roll, and see where I am now. So
The rest is history.
yeah, now I know more than like more Mount Escape, but that is solid. And also shout out to my sponsor. They give me opportunity to express myself on the competitions. Wear the gears and stuff like that. So shout out to JOP and and also all my teammates and all my friends and families.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Iris.
Thank you.